Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Alright, so in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the new blessings coming in hot as Jupiter enters Aries. Now this is part 2 as we go from Libra through till Pisces, and in part 1 we went from Aries through till Virgo, and what I will do is I will link part 1 down below. Alright, so I do hope that you find this video to be useful and helpful as always. Let's do this. Okay, so just to go over some technicalities, Jupiter will enter Aries on the 10th of May, the same day that Mercury turns retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And on July 28th, Jupiter in Aries will retrograde until it moves back into the sign of Pisces on October 28th. Therefore, this forecast is from May 10th, 2022 until October 28th, 2022. Alright, so let's get into these signs, which by the way, watch for your sun, moon and rising. Libra, sun, moon and risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your 7th house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your one-on-one relationships or when it comes to your shadow side. Maybe you get engaged or you take things to the next level with your significant other. Maybe things expand, they grow within your relationships, such as you and your partner being presented with more opportunities. Or maybe you take greater risks within your relationships. You feel bolder, you lead with optimism, or perhaps you feel hopeful about the future with your partner. Then again, this could apply to a close friendship of yours or to a business partner. Maybe your business partnerships, they improve, they grow, or maybe you feel more social and friendly. You are open to exploring something fresh and exciting and new with others, or potentially you integrate the part of your shadow that wants to share and teach in a new way. There is an eagerness to broadcast your message to others. However, at the same time, perhaps you feel conflicted about these things. You feel nervous or you overthink. Maybe more opportunities are presented to you, like landing a new business deal or signing an exciting new contract. Or maybe many new clients, they want to work with you. Or it could be that you are praised greatly by existing clients and word gets around about you, resulting in greater fame or greater recognition. Now, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities are felt in association with these things. Maybe you doubt that others will want to work with you or that others will even like you. Or maybe you fear that you won't be able to assert yourself effectively. Yet, this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about partnership, strength, and courage. Now, Mars will be in Pisces from April 14th until May 24th. So for the first 15 days of this transit, maybe you consider what needs to be finished up when it comes to your work, when it comes to your daily lifestyle. Maybe you are open to new possibilities at work, to new goals, but you are also closing up a few things, finishing a few things up. And you are willing to trust the process. And when Mars does enter Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you jump headfirst into your relationship goals. You are ready to fight for the things that you want, and you feel this surge of energy to move forward. You want to win when it comes to business, and you're open to greater exploration. You might even feel extra courageous and daring towards others, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in your 7th house together. And with Venus being in Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, you might feel a bit flirty, a bit more playful, a bit spontaneous. Perhaps others are really attracted to you and they want to give to you. And to those who don't like you, well, it's all water off a duck's back. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom you had gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings you have learned. Maybe you learn that not everybody has to like you, and that's life. Or that initiating a new relationship can be exciting, even if it might not work out. Or maybe you learn that you're much more independent than you give yourself credit for. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your 6th house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your daily lifestyle and work, or when it comes to your schedules and routines. Maybe you receive a promotion, or you gain higher pay, or maybe things improve when it comes to your job. Perhaps your coworkers, they're more uplifting, motivating, and encouraging. Or maybe you land a leadership position that you're happy with. Then again, perhaps you have more freedom on the job. Or it could be that your routines change, resulting in you having greater freedom, and feeling also pretty uplifted, feeling pretty good about yourself. Perhaps things don't feel as stressful. You feel slightly more carefree, or maybe you experience better health, both physically and mentally, or you challenge yourself when it comes to your health, such as taking on a new workout routine or implementing a new diet. And again, it could be that you seek advice from a doctor or from a health professional, and they give you the answers that you've been looking for. Perhaps things are quite positive in this respect when it comes to seeking answers in association with your health. Or potentially you book some time off from work to travel. Maybe more opportunities are presented to you, like going on a work trip, traveling for work, or joining an exciting new fitness class, or receiving a reward for reaching your targets. Now, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities, they are felt in association with these things. Maybe you worry that you won't be able to manage your routines, or maybe you feel fatigued due to overworking yourself, or maybe due to overthinking, but well, perhaps you don't say anything. Or maybe you fear the new changes that come with a new position or a new schedule. Yet, this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about daily life, strength, and courage. Now, Mars will be in the sign of Pisces from April 14th until May 24th. So for the first 15 days or so of this transit, maybe you trust your inner voice when it comes to your love life and your spare time. Maybe you realize that rest and having some quality time off, well, these things are very important and they are essential, or that you appreciate relaxing with your partner. And so you go over a few things there. And when Mars does enter Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you are ready to face these new challenges at work and these new daily life responsibilities. Maybe you feel more energized and you can see the positives in pushing yourself. You might feel a greater push to win and to compete, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in your 6th house together. And with Venus being in Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, well, perhaps you want to make more money. You want to be appreciated for your skills and for your talents, to be recognized. You believe that you are worth more and that you should be rewarded for what you bring to the table. However, when Jupiter does go direct on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom that you have gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings that you have learned. Maybe you learn that asserting yourself at work is what will lead to greater success, or that working for yourself is a possibility. Or maybe you learn that moving your body more can create more energy. But of course, it is also important to get plenty of sleep and rest. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your 5th house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your spare time and when it comes to the things that you do for fun. Or maybe you experience new blessings when it comes to your children, if you have any. This could quite literally be you falling pregnant or having a baby or having another child. Or perhaps you tap into your inner child due to being around children. Or maybe you have more free time on your hands, more free time to do the things that you like, to do the things that you enjoy. Or perhaps there are more celebrations going on in your life during this time. There's a lot to be celebrated. You feel very blessed, very grateful, perhaps very lucky, extremely thankful. Maybe you feel overwhelmed with joy, or maybe you take on a new hobby, a hobby that you decide to start on your own. Perhaps you do something for yourself. Maybe you explore your creativity and you're open to a variety of different areas and options, or perhaps you set new goals when it comes to your creativity. Then again, it could be that you are more expressive. You put yourself out there more, or you feel a lot more confident, or maybe you take greater risks within your love life. There is a lot more spontaneity and fun and playfulness. Maybe more opportunities are presented to you, like going on a nice long holiday or taking a fun trip to somewhere you've never been before with your children. Or this could be something like throwing a fun party. Though, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities are felt in association with these things, okay? Maybe you are fearful that you aren't parenting to the best of your capability, or maybe you feel unsure about how you come across, and so you hold yourself back. Or maybe you feel frustrated within the love department, or frustrated when it comes to your children. Yet this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about individuality and creativity, strength / courage. Now Mars will be in Pisces from April 14th until May 24th. So for the first 15 days or so of this transit, maybe you welcome the unknown when it comes to family related matters. Or maybe you realize that there are things that just can't be controlled when it comes to your family or when it comes to your emotions. It's important to, I suppose, let go sometimes. And when Mars does enter Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you feel inspired to achieve your goals when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to your children and so on. You assert yourself. You refuse to take no for an answer. You might express yourself with extra sass, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in your 5th house together. And with Venus being in Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, love is well and truly in the air. You might feel more romantic and loving and generous and giving, or perhaps you experience greater self-acceptance. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom you have gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings you have learned. Maybe you learn that when you show confidence, it radiates and it touches everyone around you. Others can see your confidence. Or maybe you learn that your children can teach you a lot about yourself. Or that your inner child is really exciting and really daring. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your 4th house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your family life, your living situation, when it comes to your emotional well-being, your emotional security. Maybe you feel a bit happier, or you feel more hopeful, or maybe you feel a lot more excited about a family situation due to discovering new results. Perhaps you receive answers when it comes to housing or property, or it could be that you receive some type of fortune that helps you when it comes to housing and property. Then again, it could be that you expand your garden, or you change some things around your house or your home, it expands in some way. Perhaps you move in with more people, or you relocate to a bigger area, or maybe you relocate to an area where there is plenty of outdoor space, there is plenty of room to roam, or maybe it's about creating more space within the home that you're currently in. Or maybe you go to live with a close relative for a while. Quite possibly you are open to loved ones. You feel greater support, a greater support system from your loved ones. You feel appreciated by your family and by your close relatives. Or maybe you learn how to cope with things better. There is an improvement there. Instead of battling with things on your own, you realize that others can support you because they do care. Maybe more opportunities they are presented to you, like winning a house deal, visiting a home away from home, or your family expanding. Now, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities are felt in association with these things. Maybe you worry that others will judge you for how you feel, or maybe you don't want to burden others with your emotional struggles, or maybe you find it challenging to stand up for yourself against certain family members. Yet, this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about emotional strength and courage. Now, Mars will be in Pisces from April 14th until May 24th, so for the first 15 days or so of this transit, maybe you take some time to go inward. You reflect, you contemplate, you try to sort out your thoughts. Maybe there is something you haven't considered yet, or maybe you remember something really important. And when Mars does enter Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you make those family-related living situation moves. You step up, you know you're independent at your core. Maybe you need some time to yourself. Perhaps you need more time for yourself, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in your 4th house together. And when Venus moves into Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, you perhaps want to be close to family. You want loved ones nearby. There's also a need for support, but to also have your independence when you need it. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom that you have gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings you have learned. Maybe you learn that disagreements are going to happen within families, but that doesn't mean putting up with unnecessary rudeness. Or maybe you learn that your father is a lot tougher than you think, or that you are much stronger than you think. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your 3rd house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your education, when it comes to your learning style, or when it comes to how you communicate and present information. Maybe things start to make sense more easily, or maybe you figure out a new way of sharing. This new way could be more exciting and interesting, or maybe teaching, writing, and speaking feels livelier because you take on a new challenge. Maybe you feel eager to get your individual opinions and views out there. Then again, it could be that how you present information is more exciting. More people take notice. Perhaps there is a lot of growth when it comes to your delivery. Or perhaps it's that your understanding of things is obvious. Or potentially you have a hopeful mindset. You think about the future in a positive and uplifting way. Or maybe you branch out with the intention of speaking with more people. And so you develop more general relationships, maybe looking at online relationships, wanting to network, wanting to connect. Perhaps the growth of your connections leads to greater opportunities and rewards. Maybe more opportunities are presented to you, like publishing your own book, gaining greater recognition on social media, or teaching others about a subject that you know a lot about. Now, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities are felt in association with these things. Maybe you doubt that others will want to hear your message, or you fear that others will laugh at you or think that you're dumb, or maybe your self-doubt is what holds you back from sharing certain things. Yet, this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about mental strength and courage. Now, Mars will be in Pisces from April 14th until May 24th. So for the first 15 days of this transit, maybe you allow for things to develop when it comes to your financial position. You're trying not to force anything. You think what will be, will be. This keeps you a bit calmer, okay? A bit more grounded. Or maybe you think about how materials do not determine your self-worth. And when Mars enters Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you have all of this mental energy. You are ready to get creating when it comes to your writing, teaching, or your communicating. You have these educational and communicative goals in mind. Perhaps you want to soak up as much as possible, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in your third house. Really, I see this as you even jumping headfirst into an entirely new subject with so much curiosity and passion and enthusiasm, and just wanting to understand as much as possible about that subject. And with Venus being in Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, your writing is beautiful, your language is loving, your voice is soothing, your mind isn't so jarring, and you communicate with greater ease, but with plenty of passion. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom that you have gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings you have learned. Maybe you learn that the delivery of information is super meaningful, or that our understanding of bigger ideas, it can take some time. Or maybe you learn that having a confident mindset can get you far, really far in life. And lastly, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Risings. So Jupiter in Aries will transit your second house. So from May 10th, you might experience new blessings when it comes to your earning potential, when it comes to your possessions and your physical security, and also when it comes to investments. This could quite literally be a situation where you receive a higher income, or you gain greater wealth in some way, or maybe you take greater risks when it comes to your finances. Maybe you decide to invest, or you save for a house or for a car. Maybe you save for something that is typically outside of your comfort zone, or maybe you improve upon the items and materials that you already own, or you decide to increase things. Then again, Maybe you spend a little bit more money, a little bit too much money on things that you really like. Perhaps you are willing to jump into financial situations before thinking things through. But yet, it's these things that end up turning in your favor. Or perhaps you land a new job, or you decide to bite the bullet and become self-employed. Or maybe you set new goals when it comes to your earning potential or when it comes to your skills. Maybe you want to learn a new skill, such as a skill associated with leadership or self-assertion. Maybe more opportunities are presented to you, like investing your money into a company or a business, leading to more money. Or this could be the likes of your property increasing in size or being promoted to a higher role where you earn a greater salary. Now, given that Chiron is in Aries during this transit, perhaps insecurities are felt in association with these things. Maybe you doubt that you'll be good at a certain skill, or maybe you worry that what you earn will be taken away from you, or that things will not work out very well. Quite possibly you battle with your self-worth. Perhaps you feel unworthy. Perhaps you feel useless. Yet, this is an opportunity to heal. By facing these challenges head on, you can learn a lot about security, strength, and courage. Not just physical security, but also inner security. Now, Mars will be in Pisces from April 14th until May 24th. So for the first 15 days or so of this transit, maybe you are open to exploring new possibilities when it comes to your life path, or perhaps you wish to tap into the more mysterious side of life. I mean, as a Pisces sun, moon, or rising, you already do this naturally. And when Mars enters Aries from May 24th until July 5th, you feel a surge of energy. This surge of energy whereby which you really want to make things happen materially and financially. You value your financial independence and you're willing to fight for it. Perhaps you put your selfish desires first, given that both Jupiter and Mars are in the second house together. And when Venus, of course, with Venus being in Aries from May 2nd until May 28th, you attract materials to you. Or you're willing to make the first move when it comes to your materials, to your possessions. Or maybe you value yourself a lot more. You have really good self-esteem. However, when Jupiter goes retrograde on July 28th until October 28th, you might reassess the wisdom that you have gathered from May until the end of July. You might go over the teachings you have learned. Maybe you learn that financial freedom means more time and energy, or that you are the one who must continuously fight for your survival. Or maybe you learn that learning a new skill, it requires action, but it also requires patience. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes part 2 of the new blessings coming in hot as Jupiter enters Aries. Now, if I didn't touch on your sign, then please check out part 1. Again, I will link it down below. On that note, I do hope that you find this video to be helpful, and if you do have any thoughts and opinions on today's video, then let us know in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button, and also give this video a like if you did like it, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!